you do support our family, us as a couple. I do love that about you. Been married 33 years, raised 4 wonderful kids together.
34.
In a couple months. Don't rush it too much. I'm enjoying year 33.
Okay. The long year.
COVID year. Oh my gosh, that's true, huh?
That never ends.
We're bound to get out of this thing.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, let's not go down that
No.
negative path. It was interesting. Page is not back online because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Flagstaff is about 5 clicks. They're about 5-6 months behind. They just aren't. They're still harder to get in. They can't get employees. They're still doing things by drive-by. It's hard to do commerce up there. Prescott's got it, kind of a hybrid. They're doing safe distance. They're doing pretty good, at least the places we hang out.
Right.
Phoenix is in full swing. Oh my gosh, the traffic is
rocking.
nuts down there. So they're back online. So it's interesting how different communities adapt to the whole COVID thing, governments and businesses and citizens. So just interesting, not right or wrong. We're all, each community gets to do their own. It's just, you just notice it and go, oh, that's interesting. Very, very interesting.
That's true.
Let's talk gardening.
Let's talk roses. That's
roses.
what I want to talk
Good.
about. I want to talk about roses because we have roses galore.
Yeah. Hundreds,
so
thousands
got
of
our
roses.
rose shipment in, and so we are blessed with some of the most beautiful, gorgeous roses I have seen. They're lovely this year.
They're lovely. A man never uses the word lovely. Beautiful, gorgeous, voluptuous, but not lovely.
Not lovely?
Voluptuous roses. I think there can be that. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I just offended all the females out there. They're changing the dial right now.
Oh my God, he's an idiot.
I know.
What a man.
I'm a man. I can change if I have to.
I missed that show. Red Green Show. That was a classic.
Those Canadians.
It needs to come back. I wonder if I can find it.
You could stream almost anything, especially if you beam it in from China back over to Canada, get back to their back-end servers. I'm sure there's a way to find it.
Probably. I'll have
no
to
idea.
look. Love that show. Yeah. But anyways, roses. Let's get back to roses. So there are many types of roses. Yeah. There's hybrid tea, which is probably the most popular out there. Long stem, beautiful single flower, single stem rose flowers. Yep. Very, very lovely. There's grandifloras, which are little, the bush itself is a little taller, a little more upright, but it usually has more of a floribunda flower, so a cluster of flowers. Then there's floribundas, which is that cluster of 3 to 5 flowers on the end of a stem. Very
like a starburst. It's like a flower starburst on the end of a long stem.
That's right.
It's pretty.
All of those I think are just really nice, good standard roses to put into the yard. They have a little bit different characteristics, but if you're not a true rosarian, I think go pick a color you like and a smell or a fragrance that speaks to you. I mean, they come in reds and pinks and whites and orange and yellow and purple. And am I missing something?
What's the number one seller?
Usually the red.
Red. Yeah, red. I get tired of selling red roses, but it's popular. We got a lot of them.
We have a lot of different varieties of red, but pick a color you like. I wouldn't worry so much about, I got to have a tea rose or I got to have a grandiflora. Just go with the color that.
What I find a lot of folks do is they go, I want a Mr. Lincoln. My grandmother had a Mr. Lincoln red rose. I want that one too. And it's a good red. It's a good rose. We have lots and lots of them. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of reds. Go with a red rose like your grandmother had, not a Mr. Lincoln red rose, because you could go Chrysler Imperial. They're just, there's so many varieties. It might be that you find a fragrance. Mr. Lincoln doesn't smell that good. It's a big, bold red flower.
Now, see, I disagree.
It's not as fragrant. Okay.
I think it smells amazing.
As a man, I don't think it smells as good.
I love Mr. Lincoln. My other favorite is Sugar Moon. Which is a white. It's a white rose, but if you need a white rose and a red rose together, both of them smell.
That would be pretty if we could figure out how to graft those two on the same bush.
I think they've.
Would that be cool?
Yeah, that they've done that. We had it a few years ago. I don't know. We haven't done it again. Which also brings up the point of tree roses. So we have 2 different sizes of tree roses in. And we tried last year. We got shorted. This year we got our full selection.
Awesome. That's
of tree roses. So just beautiful. I mean, your double delights in a tree rose. The sugar moon is in a tree
Oh,
rose.
neat.
I think the Mr. Lincoln might be in a tree rose too. So
Huh.
a lot of different tree roses, again with different colors. We also carry a good selection of shrub roses, which are, they're the 4x4, still really great new colors they're coming out with in the shrub roses, from reds to yellows to whites to that variegated, like pink, yellow, and white on a bloom kind of thing. A lot of
Don Juan?
variegated.
What is that called?
Don Juan's red. That's a climbing rose.
Yeah. Anyway, I forget.
Oh, Joseph's Coat.
Joseph's Coat. That's the one with
the
coat, rose of many colors. It goes by many names. It has multiple colors in the same bush. Anyway.
So we also got a nice selection of climbers in. If you're looking
good.
for those climber roses, which, if you have a blank wall that just needs some sprucing up, I think a climbing rose is a great way to go.
Or a barbed wire fence, and you just want something prettier than barbed wire. There's lots of ways to use carpet or not carpets, climbing roses. Sorry,
right?
They both start with C.
Okay, that works. Which brings up carpet roses.
I knew you were going there.
Sometimes called ground cover or landscape roses. Really, they're coming up with more and more colors all the time. It's more than just that red that they used to have. Everything was red. And then they went, ooh, yellow.
When we're looking at the catalogs, we actually so last year we're going through the catalogs and we want to grow this one and this one and this one and this one. And we chose roses that had more fragrance or more petal count. Some of them, they look almost not like a rose. They look like a peony or something. They're just striking. It's unbelievable, the beauty on some of the new roses coming out.
And we do definitely try to select for the fragrance of them. And some of them have like a citrusy. What I love about their tags, so we get the Weeks roses. What I love is their tag tells you, citrusy scent.
That's good.
Floral scent, cinnamon scent. I'm like, ooh, does it really smell like that? And kind of go, well, that doesn't smell like
Smells
cinnamon.
like citronella. What are they talking about?
And that's a really cool thing is we pick up different smells and scents for all of us. And a lot of people ask me, well, what's your favorite? Which one would you pick? And I'm like,
We've grown so many. If we change them out, just we're bored with this different one. We don't have a favorite. If you're a rose in our gardens, you're in danger of being replaced pretty much every 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Pretty much anything. Miniature roses is another. We did get a few minis in. So those usually tends to stay smaller. The rose itself, like 3 feet or so. Leaf is smaller and the bloom itself is smaller on it, but it's very prolific bloomer. So when they bloom, they're just like, wah, screaming at you, blooming.
Yeah, they're not smaller bushes. The leaves and the flowers are a bit small. It has a different texture, different look to it.
The bush itself doesn't stay smaller?
I think they impressively large bush. I mean, it's like a standard size. Maybe it doesn't get up to Mr. Lincoln, since that's our favorite for this segment. That's a big 5-foot rose with huge flowers. Maybe it's only hip high. So maybe it's a little bit smaller, but they don't think little tabletop rose.
Oh, no.
Like you get at a florist shop for Mother's Day. It's not that.
But I thought it was a little bigger. But anyways, roses, come down and check them out.
Thanks, Ken and Lisa Lane, the Mountain Gardeners. We'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.